All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and welcome to another installment of Apostles of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Today's topic is going to be entitled, "The World Will Not Come to an End Unless This Thing Happens." And you can tell them what's going to happen.
And the thing that it's speaking about that's going to happen before the world can come to an end, or this age can come to an end, is the mark of the beast, which is a microchip. You know, and there's all kind of information out. There's all kind of technology, nanotechnology, and different things that have been instituted around the world, and through a lot of research that these devils have done. You know, and pretty much what's happening is that they're pushing this technology forward because, you know, it's Bible prophecy. You know, and that's the reason why the Lord gave them that ability to do this thing. You know, it started back in what was it, 1935? Actually, yeah, back in like 1935 through the Social Security system. Now, the Social Security system was set up basically to track people. That's why they're able to track people, all, you know, wherever they're at. You know, they can track them through those numbers, because whatever you do, you have to use your Social Security number, you know, in connection or conjunction with if you got to work, or if whatever you got to do. You know, even this guy Colin Powell said that the Russians have a hard time finding their certain members that they can't find, because they don't have the Social Security technology, the Social Security system in place as they do here in America, which makes it easier to track people. And after, as soon as he said that, he kind of caught himself, because he was like, "Oh shit, what did I just say?" You know, so this technology is something that the Lord gave them to fulfill prophecy. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, because this was a mystery, right? Even to the time of the end," meaning in these times right now. "Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So this knowledge has been increased because the Most High set it up that way for this the mark of the beast, actually the microchip, you know, to be invented, so to speak, so that they could fulfill prophecy. You know, and you know, that's why you have a lot of people out there that speak against, especially in the so-called Israelite community. I use that for lack of better terms, you know, because a lot of them guys have been paid off not to bring out that information.
Right, that's correct.
And then everywhere you go in the scriptures, and no matter how you break it down, you know, it all leads back to this microchip. You know, they can track it. You can put money on it. You can put your medical records on it. You can put your criminal record on it, background, your job history, you know, your ethnicity, where you come from, where your parents were born at. I mean, you could put all this information inside of this chip, you know, and that's pretty much what they want to do, because they want to make people a perpetual slave, you know, forever. And once they put that mark in you, because they understand, you know, going back to the ancient world, that for somebody to be a perpetual slave, they would put an awl in his ear, you know. So when you have cattle, the cattle was branded according to the master that owned the cattle, you know, and there was branding like that going on back then too, to let you know who was a part of what plantation, you know. So they come full circle now to where the technology that they have now, they don't have to brand you. They'll put the mark right inside of you, and they could put it in your head, or they could put it in your hands, you know. And no matter what part of your body they put it in, it's still the mark of the beast, and you're still going to be destroyed if you take it, you know. So I read that again. "But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Now, I'm gonna just read this real quick. This is in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28. Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from me. Now, this is talking about Esau, the so-called white man. Because back then, you know, Daniel didn't understand the visions that he had, and neither did any of those other kings back there either. You know, so that of those visions that Daniel saw, nobody really understood it. It wasn't until years later that the truth of the matter was revealed as it happened. You know, like the different empires that came in, they didn't know all the different empires that were coming, because when Daniel saw the vision, he was in the midst of the Babylonian Empire. You know, he didn't know that they didn't know that the Persians and the Medes were going to be the next rulers, and then after them the Greeks, and then after them the Romans, so on and so forth. So they didn't know that back then, but it's known now. So that's why this devil is wiser than Daniel, and the Lord has given him that wisdom, you know, to push forward his agenda, which is really the Most High's agenda. See, these devils, they're so stupid. They think that they're running things. They think that their plans was being implemented and put in order, but it's really the whole time it's the Most High. The Most High is the one that's putting it in their spirit to do this, because they don't govern themselves. And that's a fallacy that the world has in their mind, that they govern themselves, they control themselves. You don't control nothing. You don't control your destiny. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai controls your destiny. All right? This is Job 33 and 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. You know, I'll give you a small example. You know, you had Rick James and Tina Marie. They were about to come back, do a comeback, you know, and they were about to blow back up. But the Lord said, nah, he took both of them, because it wasn't time. And you had all these different artists that were trying to revive their careers, and what happened? The Most High took them out.
Yeah, they had their time. Prince was about to blow up all over again, and he got took out.
Yeah, they had their moment, they had their time, and that was it, you know?
That's right. Because time and chance happeneth to all men, as it says in the scriptures. You know, so we're in a time now where this devil's going to go down. So you devils, you can't control your destiny. No matter what you do, it's all of the Heavenly Father. If he wants it to go down that way, you're going to do it. Whatever is done on the planet, the Lord is the one that ordained it. You know, the stain of your life was written long ago.
Yeah, I got a story for you, because you mentioned about tracking, the microchip being a tracking device, which that's really what it is. It's a form of control from the elites, the wicked elite, which is Esau, starting with the bankers. This is from Observer Business and Tech, dated March 18th, 2015. It says, can we microchip our kids to prevent kidnapping? So that's one of the angles that they're going to pitch when they do finally make the chip mandatory. They're going to say, well, it's good for your kids because it will prevent kidnapping. Then notice the word kids there, which kid is what? A code word for baby goat. And that's how the top elite look at your children. They look at them as being baby goats, as being kids. For the sacrifice. And I was just reading some of it. Let's see. It says here, at least twice a day, a parent calls Brick House Security, a Midtown salon of surveillance, with the same question: is it possible to implant a tracking microchip in their kids? So according to this article, even certain parents are asking, is it possible that a microchip can be put in their children? You know? So we can already see people are going to line up to take that chip, especially if it involves you getting your welfare and get your entitlement, government entitlement programs, healthcare and all of that BS, which that healthcare is a joke. You know, these so-called doctors, they're nothing but legal drug pushers, all right? Or legal drug pushers. Frankensteins and legal drug pushers. is it possible to implant a tracking microchip in their kids? Let's see what I'm just scanning the highlights of. It says, as Mr. Morris explained, it is not currently possible to microchip kids as if they were puppies. The chips behind dogs' ears are merely barcodes, so they can be identified if they turn up at the pound. They're not GPS trackers. To implant a GPS tracker in a child, you'd not only have to insert a chip under the skin or under their skin, but a bulky cellular receiver and battery too. So, this reminds me of the scripture where it says, in Psalm 64, they accomplish a diligent search. See, the wicked elite, they're seeking for ways to control you, totally control you, especially you Israelites. And that's really what the chip is all about. And if you don't think that these wicked elite don't want control, then you don't know this wicked elite. All right. Let me just read it and hand it back to the brother. Yeah, here it is. The book of Psalms 64 and 4. Well, let me go right to the point. The 5th verse. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. Now, what's an example of that? Well, what I'm reading here about microchipping your children. So this is talking about the wicked elite. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. Now that chip is a snare to you because pursuant to Revelation 14 and 9, I believe, if you take that chip, the Most High is going to destroy you. Yep. So that's one way of them snaring you. And the wicked elite know that the chip is not know that it's wicked, know that it's not the right thing to do. But they're the wicked. It says they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities, which taking that chip is definitely an iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. So right here, they're testing out if the children should be microchipped. It's going to stop kidnapping. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So there you go. There's an example. All right?
Yeah, this here is an article from Now the End Begins. On the web, it's a nowtheendbegins.com. And the headline is, over 10,000 people have now received a permanent human RFID microchip implant. It says, Osterlund is one of a growing number of people, I guess they're based out of Europe, around the world who has a grain size NFC. Now in Europe, when you see the term, and in the States, you see the word RFID, which is radio frequency identification, right? In Europe, it's known as the NFC, which is near field communication or communications. A chip embedded in him, human microchip implant manufacturer, dangerous than there's, you got to go down. Then it says, those who have joined the Cyborg Club believe that getting in early allows them to secure a place at the forefront of a potentially life-changing development. It quotes Revelation 13, 16, and 17. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now you have Nate and Johan and these other guys saying that it's talking about corporation, embargo, countries, nations. But the 17th verse kills that. It says, and that the 17th verse, and that no man might buy or sell, the key word is man, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So now, every time we do a video on the Mark of the Beast, the RFID microchip, that, you know, this beast, and a lot of people don't even know what the beast is all about, who the beast is, or what the beast is. Now, we believe that Nate is going to make a counter video to this because he was probably set up to, but there's going to come a time where this thing is going to be major in the news. There's a story out the other day, I was watching it, where they have this, I believe in Argentina, or is it Argentina or Venezuela? But I think there's another story in Argentina where you have the Argentinian soccer team, the pro soccer team, the national soccer team, if I'm not mistaken, where they all got the chip. So like I said a couple of years back, I said they're going to make people get the chip class by class, meaning they might go to a particular county anywhere in the U.S. and have the police force, you know, say you have to get this chip in order for you to use your gun, because there's a chip inside the gun. And for nobody to take the gun from you while you're in a struggle and use a gun against you. In other words, if you're in a struggle with somebody and somehow your gun gets taken away from a perp, he goes to shoot you, the gun won't fire because he doesn't have a chip. And that's going to make it where these officers are going to want to have the chip, because that's added security. All right. So what they're going to do is they're going to do like a pilot program in one county. Then it's going to spread to another county. Then they're going to see how well it works. And then they're going to have stories where a guy actually got my gun. He went to shoot me, and the gun didn't fire. So this is a good thing. And then that's going to be a model for other jurisdictions to do that. And then you have major jurisdictions of police. You have like the NYPD, which I don't know how many police officers are in the NYPD, but it's in the thousands. All right, they have thousands of police officers. And what they're going to do is they're going to introduce it and show the safety features of it. They're going to have lectures on it, the importance of it, this training. And then you know what? The majority of the people are going to accept, the officers are going to accept it, man. There may be a few that might not accept it. They might be so-called Christians and so forth. And then they might say, okay, you don't have to accept it, you know? Then they'll frown upon that guy, or he might quit the force. But the majority of you that want to keep your job and want to get those good benefits, you're gonna take that chip. You're gonna take that chip, man. So now when this happens, it's gonna go from class to class. Then from there, it'll go to the military. Then from the military, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines. It's gonna be the thing to do. Then to your children. Then you're gonna have different celebrities, people in the hip hop community, different actors. They're gonna say, well, I got my chip, and it's gonna make it something to get into. And that's how the majority of people are going to accept it, because they're going to know not to accept it. You know? Yeah, because people are lying. And then what you have in this country and around the world is a thing called a herd mentality. They follow the herd, you know? Whatever the masses of the people do,